is New Year's Eve. You may have received a beautiful bottle of whiskey for Christmas. Maybe you received some Coach Built whiskey. Now this is Max from Coach Built Whiskey, and today he is going to create some cocktails for us to have in the Classic Lounge as our signature cocktails, which is very exciting. So Max, tell us a little bit about what you're going to do.
So I thought we'd just actually do a couple of classics. One, we're going to do a Whiskey Mac. Craig came in today saying, I had some Coach Built last night. I put some King's Ginger in it. It tasted great. And I went, so you made a Whiskey Mac? And he went, oh, I thought I'd created a cocktail. So in honour of Craig, we're gonna do a Whiskey Mac. And then we're also going to do a Sherry Cask Collins. We're going to make use of some sherry that you've probably got lying around in the cupboard from that Nan wanted to drink on Christmas Day, so helping to use up some waste.
Fantastic. Okay, so the first one we're going to do is...
We'll start with the Collins because it's more of a pre-dinner drink. It's a nice aperitif. Do you want to open that and I'll tell you about what the Collins is. It was classically a gin drink created in sort of like the late 19th century, so the late 1800s. A lot of the time back then, the gin actually wasn't that good a quality.
Oh, okay.
That's where the term bathtub gin comes from. Like they literally put neutral spirit in the bathtub and chuck some botanicals in it and called it a gin.
I never knew
that.
that.
That's literally where the term comes from.
That's really cool.
So a lot of the time they had to mask the flavour. So a Collins is classically a gin drink, but nowadays it's effectively a spirit and fresh lemonade. So that's what we're going to make. So we're going to put 10 mils of sherry in. We're then going to put 40 mils of Coach Built.
So this is to make just the one cocktail.
This is just to make the one cocktail.
Double this
yeah,
if you
yeah.
want.
You can double it, triple it. You can even pre-batch this and just top with soda, pour it straight out of a bottle and top with soda. So you can build this drink. I like shaking it because I think it mixes the ingredients together better. We're also going to add 20 mils of fresh lemon juice that we squeezed earlier. And 20 mils of sugar syrup. Now you were asking me about the sugar syrup earlier, weren't you, Molly?
So you made this sugar syrup here because we didn't have any to hand, and it was quite cool to watch it. But it's actually really simple.
So easy. I hate paying for sugar syrup. It's sugar and water. The easiest way to do it is equal parts. So a cup of sugar and a cup of cold water, and just stir it around till the sugar dissolves. You can use hot water, but then it, like we were saying earlier, it kind of caramelises the flavours. So great for certain drinks, but for a drink where you just need the sweetness rather than the caramel. So next we want to add plenty of ice. We're going to give this a big shake.
Ooh.
I say we, my assistant is going to give it a big shake.
No.
There you go. And I'll open the soda water.
Okay. Isn't that how they do it?
I mean, that's how Tom Cruise might have done it, but we want to make sure it hits end to end so it properly mixes. That's it. Put your back into it. That'll do.
Is that enough?
Yeah, that's what you don't want to over dilute it. You don't want to weaken it too much.
Oh, it's cold.
So then we're just going to strain it out into a highball. Again, lots of ice. The more ice, the better for a drink. It keeps it colder and dilutes less. Then we want to put a straw and top it with soda water. Any soda water will do. Obviously, the nicer the ingredients, the better the cocktail tastes anyway.
So actually, it's a really simple cocktail.
Really easy.
You should actually have most of the things at home.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And like I say, it's easy to just... God, these tongs are really hard to use.
Slippery,
really hard to use, these tongs. Like that.
It's live, everyone.
It's live, yeah. I used to do this for a living, would you believe that?
I want the spoon as well.
There we go, that's what I want. Make it look nice. And then just, if you've got cherries, a lemon and a cherry, but just a lemon will be nice.
I absolutely like those cherries are my favourite.
Yeah, I like
things.
drizzling a bit of the liquid, the liquor off of it on top as well.
It.
So it's basically a whiskey, sherry and fresh lemonade. It's that easy. So you could, if you wanted to do this for like a party, mix your whiskey, your sherry, your lemon juice and your sugar syrup in a bottle, in the fridge, pour over ice, top with soda.
Nice,
and it's
so
that
you could
easy
do it in like a big bowl.
You could do it in a big bowl, yeah, however you want. It's just a nice, easy drink to have a taste.
You see, I'm literally itching.
Get involved. Though with the
Oh, it
sherry,
smells so fresh.
I've just used a normal Tio Pepe Fino, sorry, which is absolutely fine. It's really light, really fresh, very elegant. An Oloroso makes it a little bit richer, and Amontillado as well. But really, whatever you've got in the cupboard will just taste great in
Really
that.
nice. That's
It's very
so
refreshing, isn't it?
It's so refreshing because you obviously got the fresh lemon. The soda water is nice. It doesn't water it down too much.
No,
But then because the Coach Built is still, you get that kick of that nice smoky peatiness.
it just adds a little bit of complexity.
Yeah.
It savours it up as well with all that, the sweetness from the sugar, the sweetness from the sherry, that smoky notes just kind of come underneath the rest of the flavours, make it complex and make it a bit more savoury.
They really do, and it's so easy to make, which you've just
Really
shown.
easy.
And you'll have all of the ingredients in your cupboard. So yeah, tonight, everyone, grab yourself one of these, and it's going to be a signature cocktail behind the bar now, which is
Yeah.
going to be so much fun. So what's next?
So next we're going to do a whiskey mac. Again, a really easy drink if you've got some tongs that work.
Should we spoon it?
So I think we're going to have to. These tongs
There
are
we
awful.
go.
1, 2. Oh, I've got the hang of it now. Hang on.
There we go. He's on a roll.
Oh, I was. There we go. We'll do that for now and maybe top up in a minute. So this is King's Ginger Liqueur. This was, I think, created around about the turn of the 20th century, sort of like early 1900s. It was created for King Edward VII by Berry Brothers and Rudd, so it's got a lot of history to it. We're just going to put like a single shot. That's 20 mils, but you could put 25 mils. Just a single shot would do. And then we're going to put double the amount of whiskey. So 2 parts whiskey to 1 part King's. And this is a bit more of a...
Well, it looks a bit stronger then, is it?
Yeah, definitely stronger. There's no mix in it. It's just pure alcohol.
Yeah.
So whiskey. I think King's is only low alcohol though. What is that? Where is it?
And is this the kind that, can you get this kind of thing from kind of anywhere?
Yeah, you can. That's 29%. You should be able to get it from any good spirits merchant, any good wine shop. They should have that, or Stone's ginger wine. I prefer this, but Stone's will do if that's all you've got. And again, most people have something like that lying around the house. So then,
Sometimes things like these, I find, things that you kind of go, oh, I'll buy that for 1 cocktail loads of years ago, and you go, oh, I think I've got one of those somewhere in the cupboard.
yeah, and I think, I always think that if you're a good cook and you've got a sort of basic understanding of flavours,
Yeah.
and you know what the liquids taste like in your cupboard, you can cobble together something that tastes pretty decent
Yeah.
just from knowing what flavours taste like. I think I think people get too scared of making cocktails when actually they don't need to. It's all a bit of fun in the end, isn't it?
Definitely.
And then we're just going to zest an orange zest over the top, twist it up like that so it looks nice and pretty,
Oh, it does.
and just pop it on top. Now, like I say, this one's more of an after dinner drink.
Okay. And much stronger.
Yeah, it's a proper digestive.
Oh,
this.
that orange makes such a...
It's why, like a martini, when you have
Yeah.
a lemon zest over the top, it's just the aromatics. It changes a drink completely.
And it gives you a kind of like an all-round experience.
Yeah, 100%. I'll if we do another one of these, I'll make a Sazerac next time, which is like
Ooh,
a
I
grown.
like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like that a lot.
make sure it's up to standard, shall we?
I guess as well, it's because you've got the real peatiness again, but then the ginger adds a whole kind of another spiciness to
Yeah,
it.
and it's not like fiery ginger beer,
No.
and it's not overly sweet. It's 29%. I just saw it in a bottle, so it's
Yeah.
got a fair bit of a kick to it. That it's just really quite subtly ginger, and whiskey and ginger is just a classic combination anyway. It goes really well.
I mean, it's definitely that festive time of year, and this is a real festive drink, it feels. Because
Yeah.
you've got the orange, and you've got obviously the whiskey, and the ginger as well. It really is a lovely
Just works together, doesn't it?
combination, and
No wonder-
even simpler.
No wonder
really.
Craig was so happy. He thought he'd created a cocktail, and then
There we go, amazing. So we can't wait to have these 2 cocktails proudly served behind the bar here in the Classic Lounge. Yes, so that would be great. So if you've not come down to visit us yet, when we're open, come down and visit us. Thank you so much to Max from Coach
very
Built,
welcome. Thank you for having
this
me.
Coach Built really does make a difference as well. I mean, I guess you could do these with any
you can do them with.
whiskies.
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah, I think Scotch notoriously people don't like mixing with it, but actually it works.
Yeah.
It really works. I think again the better the liquid to a certain degree, the better the cocktail. It's like, you know, it's like cooking. A good fillet steak is better than a poor steak.
Yes, exactly. But thank you so much for joining us. We all hope you have a wonderful evening this evening and you party until 12 o'clock, and we'll see you next year.